Yeah, hey, this is Kayak Cliff. Hey, I'm on my way. The mangroves are calling. I gotta accept this call. I'm going out today. I want to take you, come along with me. I'm going out to Caladesi Island in Central Florida. It's in the Tampa Bay area, adjacent to Clearwater in Dunedin. It's, if not the most popular, it ranks consistently as one of the most popular state parks in all of Florida. That is because of the secluded beaches, the fact that you can only get to this island, or the most typical way to get to the island is by boat or by kayak, which we're going to do today. There's a great marina that you can park your kayak at once you get to the island if you want to walk out to the beautiful beaches. I'm taking you to today predominantly on the bay side. We're going to go around the protected areas in the bay that are close to motorboat traffic, take you up to the mangroves, and take you through mangrove trails to show you the beautiful, pristine, untouched areas that this island has to offer. I'm going to approach it from the Honeymoon Causeway or Dunedin Causeway going out to Honeymoon Island. I'm going to show you a route that way, but I'm going to take you on a separate trip as well from Clearwater Beach to show you another route that you can take on your kayaks to get to a different part of the island. So come along with me today. I guarantee you're going to enjoy the ride, and I hope you get out there real soon to enjoy the peace and serenity of Caladesi Island.
We're going to pull off about midway across the Dunedin Causeway that leads to Honeymoon Island. The address is 61 Causeway Boulevard in Dunedin, Florida. If you need to rent kayaks, you're in luck. There's a great kayak rental place right on the causeway when you pull off. The company is named Sail Honeymoon, and they're stocked with top quality SUPs and kayaks. For kayaks, you have a choice of high quality tarpon sit-on-top kayaks. These are fast and very stable, with plenty of dry storage. They also have tandem kayaks, as well as tsunami sit-inside kayaks. Again, a very good quality kayak for covering distance and comfort. You can get in touch with Sail Honeymoon at this web address and phone number. Now, let's get out and hit the water. Hey, bring a garbage bag to haul out any trash that you come across. This is a great, long, clear sandy shoreline to launch off of. It's usually calm, and there's no drop-offs that you need to be concerned about. Today, the wind is fairly strong, but it's out of the northwest and therefore blocked by Honeymoon Island. I will use the protection of the shoreline to my advantage as a windbreak as I head over to Caladesi. My Jackson Journey touring kayak really cuts through the wind and chop efficiently. There's nothing in the hull's design to bog me down. It can take just about anything you throw at it. The hull turns on a dime, it tracks straight too, while its rudder is also available in case you have strong crosswinds. It's also fairly light and easy to carry, transport, and store. Check out the Jackson Journey if you're in the market for a great touring kayak. You won't be disappointed. The wind is coming this way out of the northwest, so we will launch and hug the shoreline of the causeway and Honeymoon Island as we turn south to cut across Hurricane Pass over to the north tip of Caladesi Island. Off to my left, you can see the pass cutting between both islands. Here is where I will turn south, but I first wanted to try out one of those sun buffs that everybody's using to shield my neck, head, and face from the sun. I'll let you know what I think after using for a while. For right now, it seems like a really good way to keep the sun off my face so I don't have to use so much sunscreen. We are approaching the pass up here on your right. Monitor the tides before you cross the pass. If there is a strong outgoing or incoming tide, you may want to account for the cross current while crossing the narrow pass. If currents are strong, make the crossing further east, back in the bay, immediately after launching from the causeway. Here you can clearly see Hurricane Pass with Honeymoon on your right and Caladesi on your left. We are on the Caladesi side now. The northern tip on the bay side has some long stretches of sandy shoreline with easy access that you can get out and explore if you like. I'm going to continue on south towards the marina, where we will get out briefly, then pick up the mangrove trails through the island's interior. As you continue south, the sandy shorelines will give way to thick mangroves that edge right up to the water. Since it's March, I notice the white pelicans are still here before making their 1,000-plus mile migration into the northern U.S. and Canada, where they spend their summers. Check out this small flock of massive, beautiful birds as they take off on my approach. At home in Texas, I see their massive flocks floating the air currents, going south in the fall and back north in the spring. With a gentle push from the diagonal northwest crosswinds, I'm making great time as I head towards the marina, while also wondering, what will I have to paddle into on the way back? We are now at the entrance to the channel that funnels boat traffic back through the mangroves to the marina. You will need to register and pay a small $2 fee per person while enjoying the island for the day. Believe me, it's well worth it. This channel I'm heading back to the marina in is the only water open to motorboats. Boats must stay in this channel. The rest of the bay in St. Joseph Sound on the eastern side of Caladesi is closed to boat traffic to protect the grass and sand beds of the flats. We are approaching the marina now, and I start to look for where I can park my kayak. I'm in luck. There's a great water-level floating dock that I can edge up to, with handles to grab for stability in getting out of my kayak. While up on the island, I can pull my kayak up onto the floating dock. On the island, here's a map of where we put in, the bay and hurricane channel we passed on the way to where we are now at the marina. From here, you can take on a 3-mile hiking trail through the island's interior, or head due west on foot out to one of the best secluded beaches in the world, where you can see many of these shells. Remember, no live shelling though. There are also bathrooms and a concession stand that's open during peak periods. Well, enough of this. I'm ready to hit the mangrove trails. So I'm back in the kayak and heading back to the marked entrance for the mangrove trails. Here's a quick recap on the map of where we are and where we're picking up the mangrove trails. Here you can see in green the trail that I took today. I had hoped to travel the full distance of the trails, but accidentally took a left instead of a right, which led me back into the bay. Next time, I will navigate the full distance, which I think is this way down to the southern tip of Caladesi Island. Caladesi and Honeymoon Island to the north used to be one until 1921, when a hurricane created Hurricane Pass, splitting the barrier island into 2 parts. In the 1880s, homesteader Henry Scherer, who I believe had immigrated from Switzerland, settled on Caladesi with his daughter Myrtle. This was a wild place to be at that time with 0 amenities. Henry and Myrtle were totally on their own to work their craft, cultivate food, and live out their existence in this paradise island's interior. At age 87, Myrtle, who had become Myrtle Scherer Betts, authored a book about her experiences growing up on Caladesi. The book is I Lived in Paradise. I read the book several years ago and highly recommend it. Myrtle tells a wonderful and captivating story. Henry and Myrtle had a sailboat and a rowboat that they would cross St. Joseph Sound from Caladesi to Dunedin on the mainland, where they would shop and sell their goods and then load up before heading back to their home on Caladesi. I wonder if they paddled these same trails while taking in the beauty as I am now. Or was life on the island a daily struggle, leaving them with little time to break away from their chores to simply take in the beauty? Well, find out for yourself in reading the rest of the story in Myrtle's book, I Lived in Paradise. This trail is well marked. I should have brought a map with me though. I'm sure you can get one up at the marina. Here is where I should have turned right to reach the southern tip, where instead I turned left. I think as you navigate the remainder of these trails, there are probably lots of offshoots like this to explore. The trail soon ended into a nice protected bay. The timing was good though, as I only wanted this to be about a 3-hour paddle, which is what this turned out to be. I would have probably added another hour or two if I had gone further. Up until now, I hadn't seen much floating trash. Take a few seconds and pick up anything you see floating as you paddle. It makes a world of difference. Nice osprey, checking me out as it looks for its next meal. Here's the path I'm taking today as I head back through St. Joseph Sound back to the causeway. All in all, this paddle that I'm doing today is 6.49 miles, and it took me 2 hours and 35 minutes in total. I only found 2 pieces of floating trash, so I take a few stops along Caladesi's shoreline on the way back to fill up my garbage bag. As kayakers, if we can strive to fill up 1 garbage bag per kayaker when we're out, this will go a long way to cleaning up our waterways of plastic debris. It's amazing the varied items you see, all made out of plastic. Even heading into the northwest wind, it wasn't a bad paddle back. Oh, I promised to tell you how I like that sun buff around my head. Well, it worked out great and wasn't uncomfortable at all. Try one on your next time out. Next, I'm going to take you on a different route to a different part of Caladesi. This time we will launch from a boat ramp on Clearwater Beach. Here's the address so you can easily find the launch spot. We will launch from a populated part of the beach that is well protected from the wind on most days. It's just a short paddle 1 mile up from this populated area to the first outlying islands off Caladesi's southern tip. I grew up on this island with our house backing up to the intercoastal waterway, just as some of these houses do. My childhood consisted of boating and exploring all of the beaches and waterways the west coast of Florida has to offer. That is something I will never forget. It's been about a mile, and we are now exiting where homes are on both sides. You can see that it's just a short paddle to the first island off the southern tip of Caladesi. We will make our way north to this different part of Caladesi. Here you can access the 3 miles of hiking trails on Caladesi. Make sure to pay your $2 access fee when you get to the Marina. Next, we will paddle to the beach inside a secluded lagoon up inside the mangroves, where you can access the sandy white beaches of Caladesi Island to the north or Clearwater Beach to the south. An alternate route you can take would be up through the southern islands and up through the accessible and lengthy southern mangrove trails. Once you get to the first island, just turn and paddle alongside and across the shallow flats. It's fun to just explore and check out what's just under the surface. You can even get out and wade if it gets too shallow, or just navigate to the deeper water channel on your left and make your way up to our first stop. Here, I'm back in the deeper channel and continuing north. At this point, I'm back and surrounded by mangrove banks on both sides of my kayak. Up ahead, do you see where the interior island has larger pine trees? This is the elevated dry land portion of the island, where you pick up the hiking trails and see gopher tortoises and experience the land that Henry and Myrtle Scherer lived on in the late 1800s. So, let's get out and check out the hiking trails. Due to heavy mangroves bordering the banks, you have to wade around a little to find a path up into the island. These mangroves provide a central structure which reinforces the shoreline during storms, while also providing habitat to marine wildlife. Here's a path. I can see the trail just up behind the mangroves, so let's go take a look. Here's a bench to the hiking trails where you can take a break to look out over the bay. Let's walk around the trails a little to give you a feel for what the interior of Caladesi Island looks like. As a kid, I would walk these trails extensively. I remember the huge tortoises, and I must say, it's on these trails that I saw the biggest rattlesnake I've ever seen in my life. The island is totally untouched, except of course for state park services. Hiking around the island's interior gives you a totally different perspective on the island. After all, you have the mangrove trails, beautiful white beaches, and as you see now, beautiful pine forests. It's intriguing to think what it must have been like to be Henry and Myrtle living on this island some 130 years ago. I wonder where their homestead was. Let's head back to the water and paddle over to the hidden lagoon that gives you easy access to the sugar white sandy beaches on the Gulf side of the island. When I was growing up, this was named Dunnellon Pass and was open to the Gulf. In 1985, Hurricane Elena's powerful waves closed this pass, and by 1988, it was a solid landmass connecting Caladesi to Clearwater Beach. Okay, you can see up on the upper left of the aerial map the hidden lagoon, and here it is. You have to kind of poke around and look for it, but once you find it, the path is clear. I was hitting this at mid-tide, not sure what the access is on low tide. Once you enter the lagoon, you'll notice it's fairly large, with a big white sandy beach to park your kayak on the western side of the lagoon. As these other kayakers were coming in, I figured I would get out, grab my gear, and take the short walk over to the beach side. I mean, you can literally see the Gulf of Mexico across this narrow spit of land that divides the lagoon from the Gulf. Isn't this a beautiful view? Walking through this shady mangrove area and out to this view of paradise. Check out this shell tree I noticed upon entering the beach. What a cool way to remember someone, a special intention, or a special moment. I'll take a moment to give you a full beach view of what you can expect if you take this route to Caladesi from where we launched on Clearwater Beach. It's very secluded up here, beyond the homes and public beaches. You pretty much have several miles of beachy shoreline all to yourself. And I'm up here now during busy spring break season. Well, we're coming to the end and I'm gonna head back to the launch ramp. The total distance of this route was 5.8 miles, and it took me about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Of course, if you spend time at the beach or hiking, you can make a whole day of it. If you like Kayak Cliff videos, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow my Facebook page. You can also keep up with me at my website, kayakcliff.com. Don't forget to get your Pick and Paddle and Kayak Cliff stickers while visiting my website. Thank you for your support. There are more Florida videos coming soon. Remember to unplug from your technology-filled and stressful lives and get out there.